On August 4th, 2020, at 6:08 p.m. local time, the earth shook in the Lebanese capital. Over 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate, haphazardly stored and knowingly left to deteriorate for more than 6 years at a port warehouse, caught fire and detonated. The massive explosion in Hangar 12 was more powerful than the one that destroyed the nuclear reactor at Chernobyl. It wreaked destruction across Beirut. The massive shockwave blew out doors and windows. People were flung into walls. Glass turned into shrapnel. Buildings swayed and were left bare. More than 200 people were killed in the blast, thousands more were injured, and huge parts of the city were destroyed. Damage amounted to more than $5 billion.
What happened today will not pass without accountability. Those responsible for this catastrophe will pay the price. This is a promise to the martyrs.
There's a saying in Lebanese Arabic, the world stood up and sat back down. It describes a chaotic event. That's exactly what happened 1 year ago Wednesday, and the Lebanese have been trying to pick up the pieces ever since. Widespread protests against the ruling elite erupted once again. They are being accused of an economic collapse that began over a year prior to the blast. Not able to withstand the mounting pressure, then Prime Minister Hassan Diab was forced to step aside.
I'm announcing today the resignation of this government. May God protect Lebanon.
Later that month, Lebanon's ambassador to Germany, Mustafa Adib, was tasked with picking up the pieces. The following day, French President Emmanuel Macron visited the former French colony for the second time after the port blast.
After the repeated tragedies that the people of Lebanon know, we become aware of the extreme danger that threatens the very existence of the country. Lebanon cannot be abandoned to itself.
Speaking in a recorded statement at the UN General Assembly, Lebanese President Michel Aoun appealed for international support.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lebanon is in the middle of an unprecedented crisis. Calamities have erupted all at once. A severe recession due to the economic and financial situation, the COVID-19 crisis and its repercussions, and finally, the Beirut port disaster. Lebanon's very core has been stricken from both a humanitarian and economic perspective. The situation is extremely critical.
But once again, Lebanon's political leadership failed to deliver. And after less than a month, Adib stepped down after failing to present a non-sectarian cabinet.
I sincerely apologize to the Lebanese people who suffered and are still suffering, and who we both understand each other, for not being able to form a reformative team.
Lebanese hopes were now placed on the shoulders of the old-new leader, SAAD AL-HARIRI.
I tell the Lebanese who are suffering from difficulties to the point of despair that I'm determined to abide by the promise I made them, to work to stop the collapse threatening our economy, society, and our security.
But since then, Lebanon has been trying to fight off a wide array of crises all at once. An economy spiraling out of control, a failing healthcare system, empty pharmacies, a fuel shortage, and electricity cuts that disrupt daily life. And if that wasn't enough, last month Al-Hariri gave up on his attempts to form a new government, after once again failing to bring sectarian political leaders to agree on necessary reforms. In what appears to be a last hope, businessman Najib Mikati was designated the next prime minister. He now faces the difficult challenge of forming a viable government to try and save the failing country. As for the port blast, despite charges against several senior officials, the families of the victims are still awaiting justice. For Lebanese, the events of August 4th, 2020 are symbolic of everything that is wrong in their country. And till this day, they're still searching for hope before it becomes too late.